people, welcome to the Nick and Dan podcast. I don't know, solo today, reporting, from St. Louis, both channel, Daniel Football Show and Nicardo Media House, bless up in brother Daniel, just coming off an energy platform, You don't know, Ryan, Elite FC, big up myself, thanks for having me over there as well, but, it's morning, the sun is up now, we haven't seen the sun here, in the last 24 hours, I don't know if the sun were actually waiting on the US men's national team to defeat us, but, the Reggae boys, Jamaica Island, we love the sun, right? We love the sun, but sun didn't give us a chance yesterday, not even look a bit at the sun before match day, but, nevertheless, I'm here, to just drop my little opinion, what I think about the game, last night. So many bad decisions again. When are these bad decisions going to end? When these types of games will end? When are we going to have that joy? When are we going to have that passion and the feel? When are we going to experience really good stuff as a fan? I don't know, man, but it's really down for us right now. As Reggae boy fans, trust me, it's really down. Our back is against the wall. What we're going to do coming up in the next FIFA window, FIFA World Cup is coming up, next year in the summer. We have a crucial tournament, the last tournament. I think it's the last tournament before, you will say, okay, the World Cup is coming up after, but so many disappointing things, so many negative, less positive to take away. I haven't recovered as yet to think about where's the positive going to come from, where is that happiness is going to come from, but what we saw, as Reggae boy fans in that stadium, it's shocking, it's unacceptable. This is not the hard-working people that live on Jamaica that get up every day. Many people back home, live a day, with $5 with $10. That's their budget for the day. You understand? These players didn't represent that. These players didn't represent how hard-working the Jamaican people are, how much the Jamaican people work hard in the diaspora. Yeah, people like me, multiple jobs just to make ends meet and still doing YouTube. That performance was a stinker. That performance was woeful. So many words you can find in the dictionary to describe that performance. And we need to see performances on the pitch that will represent us as a Jamaican, because people that live here, you have Jamaican people that live here in St. Louis. You have Jamaican people that live next door, the state, the neighboring states, Georgia, Chicago. You have Jamaicans live here and they work hard to make ends meet. But these players don't give a damn of what happened. The body language on the pitch was so wrong. The personnel, the performances were so wrong. The mentality was weak. This team lacks spine. This team lacks leadership. What I saw with Damian Lowe trying to let the fans know and the people that are around the venue. At times I see him look up and it's like, come on. It's even though it was a small petty of us in the stadium. But he was trying his best. He was trying to actually players, come on, work harder. The captain, this is the first time I've seen Andre Blake. So his body language was so bad, where he was actually arguing with his players on the pitch. Because the mistakes after mistakes, when the US men's players get around our penalty box, it was just too easy for them. It was just too easy for them to get that shot. It was we didn't minimize how much crosses we allowed them to get into the box. Everything was just so easy. In the first half, it was like a camping here in St. Louis. All the back four of the US men's national team were camping in the back four. Everyone was camping, not in the back four, my apologies, we're camping in our half. All of those back four were camping in our half. They had over 200 passes in our own half. We don't even have 1/4 of that in their own half in the first half. So the chemistry was wrong. The tactics was wrong. Everything that Steve McCarron tried to throw at the US men's national team, Pochettino just kicked that out like a ball. Nothing perfectly correct on that day. Is it that it was just a bad day in the office here in St. Louis? Yeah, we know this place is like a devil advocate for our team, for our opposition to come. But god damn, man, we have to make it tough for the opponent. You know, we did not make it tough for them, not even 1 minute in the game. Time and time, even when the goals are going in, it just didn't seem like we were going to get back into the game. I didn't have that belief because the players didn't have that belief. They didn't give us that energy. Yet before the game, we have that belief. You know, we have that passionate thing about us that look, we're going to go into this game, we're going to get something, you know, walk out of here looking into get, you know, our next vacation out in California in March coming. It didn't work out like that, but we had all these positive energy going inside the stadium. I talked to a few Reggae Boyz fans going inside the stadium, and they have that self-belief. They gave us that little slim margin that yes, we can pick something from this game and walk away with something that could bring us into the next, you know, FIFA window. You know, but when I look, man, you know, the goals that went in, you know, I heard people said, you know, one of the goals, I don't know if it was the Pulisic goal that, you know, Andre Blake could have done something better in, you know, in that regardless. That challenge probably come off him line a little bit more quicker, you know. But look at how Pulisic get in behind our back foot. It was just too easy for him. Yeah, it was just too easy. But we can't blame Andre Blake. You know, those goals, it was all on the back four. The midfield was all over the place. You know, the wingers, our two elite players, you know, Demarai Gray, you know, and Leon Bailey, they didn't give nothing in the game. I'm sorry, but they didn't give us nothing. Leon Bailey body language in the first 30 minutes of the game. Each time the goals went in, he's looking over on the touchline. What does that represent? Is he that you want to get subbed? He was embarrassed. Times after times, he put his jersey over his face, covering his face because he's embarrassed. Before the first half end, the US fans actually here chanting, "Can we go 8? Can we go 8?" That was the chant. They were taunting us. At one time, the US fans were singing the BBC word. Yeah, they were mocking us, and you know, in the stadium. You know, and a few US fans said, "Look, they're very disappointed of what the Reggae Boyz, you know, gave, you know, on the pitch. You know, it's like a kindergarten football. You know, the US team never hit first gear. The man in just a cruise. Never hit first gear. Not even mention second gear. They didn't really have to do much in the game. Yeah, Timothy Weah, you know, come in the game. You know, I think that was the one change. You know, but the midfield, I think I don't remember if Johnny Cardo was a player. You know, I didn't really look at much of that because I was all over the place. You know, I was all over the place. You know, getting, you know, some experience in talking to, you know, the man himself, you know, Jose Altidore. So I was looking at the game, you know, but, you know, all over. You know, when you're at the game, you know, your eyes catch everything that you see. You know, but the first half, it was that poor, it was that bad. You know, and I was like, okay, I sat down, you know, with my crew, and I was like, can we actually win the second half of the game? Can we just go out there and perform? Give the people back home in Kingston, Jamaica, all over Jamaica that look, yes, the first half was a stink, but we're going to make up for it in the second half and try to at least win the second half. Yeah, we came out and we scored 2 goals, but nothing really drastically changed different from. If you take away the goals, you know, I'm happy for the goals. Yeah, I'm happy for the goals because the people back home who watched those 3 games in the office didn't experience a goal in that game, not one. And one of those games, not one shot on target. You know, so it was very refreshing to see those 2 goals, even though one of the goals, you know, the ball came back out and hit Demarai Gray and it goes into the back of the net. No idea of how that ball hit him. You know, you just celebrate. But, you know, it's just one of those days, man, where everything just seems wrong. You know, but the coach have to take a lot of stick of what happened. You know, the tactics with the 2 wingers. Many times I see Demarai Gray and Leon Bailey at time they weren't pressing. They didn't interest enough to pressure the wing backs. The wing backs in the Joe Skelly and Anthony Rad. It was just too easy for them just to collect the ball, just to pass the ball into the midfield. We would not even try to close them down. Like that. It's just the effort. Yeah, you're losing by a big margin. Okay, fine. We will accept that. In sports, in life, you're not going to win all the times. You're not going to win all the times. You're going to lose. You're going to have difficult earnings. You're going to have difficult period where you cannot score. You cannot concede. You cannot create. You cannot keep possession. But at the end of the day, Jamaican people are hardworking people here in the diaspora. Just give that effort. Yeah, just give that effort. So I don't know, man, where we're going to turn from this, man. Just standing here, I'm like a dead man walking. My mind is all over the place because look, this national team, I support this national team with heart, with pride. All of this, is coming from my old man. Bringing me to the first game in the national stadium when I was 3, watching, Valderrama, Colombia versus the Reggae Boyz. It's all coming from, where my old man, giving me, handing down all this passion. Yes, I'm just standing here, just sometimes just lost for words, walking to the car last night, I couldn't even let a lot of people see me. Just, tears came from my eyes because it's just unacceptable to see how the boys perform. I know these players have quality. I know, Macaron, have over 3 decades of coaching experience at the highest level. I know he can do better, but that effort, the end product, it has to be there, man. It has to be there. How are we going to get, over the line in World Cup qualifying? How are we going to compete against Central American teams that, that they pump up? It's like they sniff the, that little thing, seems like, yeah, I'm ready for the game. Look at when Central American teams playing against Central American teams. It's very unique to what we experience in Jamaica or around the Reggae Boyz team. So we have to look over our shoulder. We have to look what, Thomas Christiansen is doing for Panama. We have to look at, Claudio Viva, is doing with Costa Rica after Gustavo Alfaro, gave up and resigned the job to take up the Paraguayan team. We have to look at, what Tiena is doing, at Guatemala. You have to look at what, the former assistant coach under Thomas Christiansen doing at El Salvador. We have to look over our shoulder and look at what these managers are doing to get the best out of these national players for Central American, players. So we need to do something. Something needs to change. And I don't want to say it's the coach, it's just the players. No, it's a collective, because look, every FIFA window you can only select at least 23 players for the camp. Yeah, in the World Cup, I think it was a Copa, you select more than that, but at least 23. So it has to be a collective of what the effort going to be. Everybody have to be on board. No, we cannot blame the administration. We cannot blame the administration. So where the blame is going to go? Collective, with the coach, with the players, the coaching staff. The mentality is just weak. No spine, no leadership. And this is why I'm not going to stop to say this. The elderly fans and for the Reggae Boyz, they will always say this: 98 is the best of the best in this national team, in the era of the Reggae Boy team, because it was so unique of how we qualified in that time. Yeah, limited amount of resources. The players are playing locally. Give thanks for Dean Burton to step in and score those goals. In the US, I think he scored in El Salvador in the stadium. Give for coming and the Robbie these fish rights into these players who gave the local players the strength. Yeah, so if those local players can do it, these players, heritage players, the players that all grew up in Jamaica, start their footballing career in Jamaica in youth setup, like the Leon Bailey, the Ronaldo Cephas, the Kaim Dixon, these players, yeah, they can have that effort, they can have that big commitment to the program. Yeah, I know Leon, I know all these players love the country. He's been repping for the Jamaican brand years when he's in Belgium, but it's a different thing. No, he's a fully professional. No, you have over 30 caps for the national team, and Leon is that player in this squad that people always look up to him to do the work for the country. He is that elite player. He's just like the Lionel Messi, just like the Cristiano Ronaldo. You have to take up these games, you struck up in the neck, and look, you're going to win this for your country. Yeah, it doesn't matter what is happening around, but once you put on the black, green, and gold. And I'm going to give a perfect example. Yeah, as I'm looking at, it's just a beautiful facility, man. Just 2 years old franchise, just around 3 years since it's founded on November the 16th, the day when the Reggae Boyz celebrate anniversary for, qualified for a first FIFA World Cup. But goes back to Honduras, the last window, Luis Palma, a player that is an Honduran player, he played for Celtic under Brandon Rodgers. Didn't have, the best of form for Celtic. Didn't get enough minutes. Was having, disciplinary issues, with the manager, the Colombian Ronaldo Rueda. He got left out in the game against, the Jamaica and Nicaragua. Yeah, they left him out. Luis Palma is one of the best players in the Honduras squad, especially when, a Kyoto who is serving, his disciplinary ban from the national team. Alberto Ellis, who is, is injured coming back from an ACL. So those three players, Luis Palma, Kyoto, and Ellis, those three players are the elite players, over the last 5 years for the Honduran national team. But he managed to leave out one, the only one that was available, and it was Luis Palma. Now he brought back Luis Palma into the team against, Mexico in San Pedro Sula. He benched Luis Palma. And what Luis Palma did? Luis Palma won the game for his national team. He came on with pride, with the joy, even though eye to eye is not seen with the national team coach. But Luis Palma put his national team first, and that player broke down in tears, won the game in San Pedro Sula. I think today is the second leg. Today is the second leg, that game we're playing Toluca later today. Yeah, that game we're playing Toluca. So Luis Palma came off the bench to win the game, for his national team, even when he's not having the best of best. You say I'm lost for words, man, but with the coach, he's not having the best relationship with the coach. Yeah, he's not having the best relationship with the coach, and he came off the bench and he scored. And he was crying. That's the effort and that's the drive we want to see from these Reggae Boyz players. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Yeah, reaction. He gave a reaction of what a Luis Palma can do, the quality that he can bring to the table for his national team. So, looking at the best players in our team, Andre Blake, Ethan Pino, those two players are the most consistent player for us in the last couple of years, especially Andre Blake from 2014, from his debut in the MLS until now. He has been performing tremendously for both team, national team, and club team. Ethan Pino, from the moment he walked through the door at the airport, at the office, he has been performing consistently. So we have been seeing too much on and off from our big elite players that should be putting the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, we have seen it over and over. We want that Netflix season, that Netflix series to end. We need glory, Reggae Boyz. I haven't seen much glory. Only people from the past can share their wisdom. Yeah, and it's just standing here, man. It's just tears. Just sometimes it's like want to come to my eye because this is a passion that I have for this team. Yeah, this is a passion. But I'm going to walk away from here. From St. Louis. Pack. Start my journey back home. And I'm going to live it with pride. And I'm not going to forget this moment because these moments, this is what build you. And this is how I want the players to look at this. Yeah, the moment. This is the last game for the Reggae Boyz at this stadium, at a beautiful facility, St. Louis, in Missouri. Take this moment and build on it. Don't just look at this as the biggest downfall of the year. The last game, we want to end on a positive note, but we have to look at it and we have to build from this. Me, as a person, I'm going to build from this. Yeah, I'm going to build. It's going to take a while before I get over it because I love the country, I love the players, I love the gaffer, I love the administration. As much as we argue them every day, we respect them. You understand? So it's going to take a while, but me personally, I'm going to just build. This is a part of the foundation that is going to go forward where happiness is going to come. Yeah, happiness is going to come. But in order for happiness to come, sometimes you have to go through the struggle. You have to go through the bumpy road, and this is why I'm here. I'm giving my support to the national team. People, look, I'm coming, man, to the end, of the stream. I just want to I just want to say this, big up to my family, big up to everybody who supported me over the years, big up my father, endless love, big up my mother, endless love, really appreciate them for them service that they provide me to be a good person. Respect them again to be that loyalty, through me, where there's never a day in my life that I give up on anything, even though, sad times, one of the most, bitter time of my life, when I got injured playing college football, when I ended my football career, that was one of the most devastated, worst moments of my life, and I have to give credit to my old man, who brought me through that spell, who encouraged me, who, give me that purpose. Look, the world doesn't end right here. You still have a purpose, within Jamaica space, and he saw this before I even see this. You understand? And now I'm here standing reporting from St. Louis, a beautiful facility. So I have to big up my family because they are the backbone, without them, even when I'm spending hours after hours working throughout the day, spending time in the studio, talking to my girlfriend, my baby mother, big up Wendy, limited time, my 2 kids, they didn't really mad at me. They always support me, they always pushing me. So that's why I'm here pushing the Reggae Boyz players, pushing the right energy into the atmosphere, because energy is real. Yeah, it's real. You have to believe in it. You understand? You have to believe in it. So anything that you're doing, make sure that you have a base. Make sure that you have, stability in your life that's going to push you. And I have to big up, the Reed family. Big up my grandmother, big up my mother, everybody. So people, I have to big up the Nicardo Media House fans out there, the Morning Insider fans, the Nick and Dan podcast fans, and big up everybody, big up people locally and abroad who watch me, really appreciate it, man, It's just sad that, my time here in St. Louis, I've come to an end. This is the last video in St. Louis. I love this place, First time over here, in the West, in this part of the West. I was hoping to take another trip to California, but to watch the Boyz in the semi-final. But, it's a part of life, man, and what kind of built me, to be a stronger man, a part of the journey to supporting Arnett Garden when Arnett Garden was about to get relegated, continue to support them every Sunday, going to games with the old man, riding the bicycle, watching Arnett Garden, supporting them even when we're losing. So these things, I have experienced this before, but this is the first I'm experiencing this as someone doing, this type of work. It's very, very sad. It's sickening to see that the fans are here. The fans out there in the YouTube space jump on all the YouTube platforms, just to voice their opinion, just to give the energy, just to see that, look, there is a product out there that is Jamaica. There's a product out there that is a reggae boy. There's a country that out there, 876 Jamaica, Jamrock, Bob Marley, Usmnt, you name it, Jimmy Cliff. There's something in the energy. Yeah, great people come from Jamaica. Us, individual, we are hardworking, we are great people. So people, don't give up on the national team. Don't give up on anything that you're doing, because if I did give up on my footballing dream, I wouldn't be here. So I just want to big up everybody, and this is, where I'm coming to an end. I'm just going to get off this stream and, just recuperate a little bit before I head out, clear my mind a little bit, probably get some food, something, you understand? But I just want to big up everybody, man. Really appreciate it, you understand? Big up everybody. I don't really want to call a body name because that is another story. I will call everybody name, you understand? But big up to everybody, man. I'm out, people. Thanks for watching. I'm reporting from St. Louis, the last video, and hope you guys, can go over there and support Nicardo travel vlog. I'm also going to drop some vlogs over there as well. Spending time or meet Jose Altador, and everything around St. Louis, beautiful city. So I'm out, people. Salute. Reporting from St. Louis, with the Nick and Dan podcast, Nicardo Media House, and Daniel Football Show. Big up to Jamaica, art of love. Respect this. One love. Out.